Right, I'm on Crusader Kings 3, and this time I'm going to be rating and reviewing all of the starting scenarios on the Song of Ice and Fire Game of Thrones mod, from the one that I'd say don't really bother playing to not spend too much time playing, to the one that I'd say is probably by far the best one. So to start off with, we're going to go to Bookmarked, and I'd say Defiance of Duskendale is by far the worst one. I wouldn't bother with Defiance of Duskendale unless you want a really unless this is going to be discluding and changing game rules, by the way, modifiers, because there's just so much you could do here. And to be honest, if you messed about with this long enough, you could probably make every single one of these, very, very valuable. But this is completely discluding all of this. I'm just going to be talking about what the base game without changing the game rules. So to start off with Defiance of Duskendale, you might have quite a nice little challenge playing as Duskendale themselves and trying to get independence, but other than that, I wouldn't say they're really worth playing whatsoever. I couldn't really care about any of it. Next, I'm probably going to put a Clash of Kings. Clash of Kings. See, a Clash of Kings is an interesting one, because it is a very, very good starting scenario. I don't know why Bale and Greyjoy's hers gone, but it's a very, very good starting scenario. It's just, I feel like the War of Five Kings is better in every way except the fact that you can use Stannis in this one. It is just like a copy of the War of Five Kings, except a few minor differences, and obviously Renly's gone and Stannis has grown. And I feel like if you are going to play Stannis, this is probably the best one to do it on. This or Feast for Crows are the best one to do it on. But not a lot has really changed for War of Five Kings. So other than that, I'm just going to leave it there. Oh, and Robb Stark's betrothed in this, but it's not a massive difference. If you play Robb Stark, it's kind of a difference, but it's nothing crazily massive. And next, I'm going to put the War of the Nine-Penny Kings. See, I don't really know too much about it. I've obviously played it, and it's cool to play as I don't know how to say it, but the Black Fire with two heads and come over and try to take the kingdom. That is a cool thing you can do on the War of Nine-Penny Kings. But I don't know enough about it to really play it and be like, yeah, it's really, really good. It's just, it's one of them things. Playing as the Black Fire host probably get a very cool idea, but I don't think you'd ever do a long playthrough on it. I think you'd either play as the Monstrous and try and take the throne, or you'd play as Aegon Targaryen and hold him back and wipe him out. But I'd say that's about it. Oh, and maybe there's a few things in the Westlands as well. House Rain against House Lannister, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, maybe it's actually quite decent. I've just not spent enough time on it to really grasp how good it is, and it's not got many links to, either of the shows, and yeah, I feel like if you're playing as the Blackfires, this is a pretty good one to do it on. But other than that, it's a bit crap. Next, I'm going to put the first Blackfire Rebellion. Now, it might be a bit weird to put this in front of the other one, but I think just the amount, obviously for one I played it a bit more, and for two there's just there's a lot more people you can play as, I reckon, and have a good time with on this one, because the kingdom's kind of in pieces. As far as I remember, when I played it, the kingdom's in a lot more pieces than it is in the other Blackfire Rebellion, the War of Nine-Penny Kings. This is when you have all of the proper bastard Blackfires going at it. So I'll put this one next. Next, I'm going to put the Ironborn Rebellion. It's a very, very fleshed out one, and this is showing what it would be like if you played as Robert as soon as Robert's just assumed the throne. So he's just got betrothed to Cersei. He's just won the rebellion, and he's just taken the throne from the Targaryens. I don't think you can do much with Targaryen claims in this one, but yeah, this is it's a pretty cool one to play, and it's very, very linked to the show and the books. On top of that, you also have the way of playing. You can play as Bale and Greyjoy and go for independence, which is a massive part of this mod. But yeah, the Greyjoy Rebellion is what I'm going to put next. This one. After that, I actually don't know. As I'm going to Dance Dragons. I know I feel like I've not actually watched the Dungeons and Dragons show, and I've not read the books, so I've not got a very biased opinion on it. I'm just talking about what it's like in Crusader Kings, and the Crusader Kings one is very, very short-lived. Obviously, it's quite high simply because of how it links to the show and how it links to the books, because it explores like direct events in them. And I reckon if I had watched the show, or I had read the books, I'd probably view this as a lot, probably put it a fair bit higher or lower. I don't know if the show's any good, but I'm just going to put it here in this weird spot, because I don't really know who any of the characters are, and I know they're trying to get the throne or whatever, but I played it briefly. I didn't really know what was going on, and because everyone speaks so highly of it, I'm going to just stick here. Although, if I do ever redo this list, if this gets a fair few views, I will obviously watch Dungeons and Dragons. I'll play them a bit more, and I might even redo this list to re-include them. I was originally going to leave them out, but it's only fair I include them. I said I'm going to do them all. Next, I'm going to go Feast for Crows. This is like the end. This is the end, like the furthest you can go into the event of the books. So Euron Greyjoy is now running the Iron Islands. Tywin Lannister's dead, and Cersei Lannister's running the Westlands, and Stannis is like winning, pretty much. And obviously Tommen sits on the throne. It's a very cool one to play. It's a good one to play for the Wall as well, because Jon Snow is the Lord Commander. You can finally play as Jon Snow, because usually obviously there's no way to really play as Jon Snow, but on this one he's Lord Commander. So yeah, so I'd say this is actually quite a good one. I wouldn't say this is a crap. Oh well, obviously you've got a little finger in the veil as well, which is good. Little finger running the veil. Yeah, I'd say Feast of Crows is a very good one, and definitely one of the better ones to play. And obviously he gets bonus points because of when it's set. We're down to our top 3 now. Hoping I've not missed one. Yeah, we're down to our top 3. Right. In third place, I'm going to put the War of Conquest. So this is Aegon Targaryen and his sisters coming to, take and form the Iron Throne. Build King's Landing up, form the Iron Throne, all of that. It's a great one. You get a lot of people you can play as, and obviously the entirety of the Seven Kingdoms are 7 kingdoms. Like, there's no giant realm. They're all their own independent kingdoms with all independent rulers, and every single one of them is probably quite an interesting thing to play. And obviously you can play as House Harrenhal and all that. Yeah, and House Gardener in the V. Yeah, I'd say this is one of the best ones to play. And obviously it sets up everything. This is probably the most important thing that happens in the whole of the Game of Thrones timeline. Aegon's Conquest. So yeah, I'm going to put this in third. All the reason it's not any higher is because it doesn't have any relation really to the shows, but even then it is a good one to play. And I reckon if you're coming into this without really watching the shows and you just want to play a new Crusader Kings experience, this probably be second or first for you. It's a very, very good one to play. But yeah, this is obviously next. Aegon's Conquest. Probably playing as Aegon Targaryen is probably the highlight of it, but you can play as anyone on this and probably have a good time with it. So I'm not too sure about that. Next, we've got Robert's Rebellion. Very, very good one going against the Mad King. Can't remember, to be honest, once again, everyone you play on this is going to be a very fun one to play as, and Rhaegar Targaryen is probably a very, very difficult thing to play. But yeah, this is probably the most fleshed out one. This is the one that the original mod comes with. It's probably got the most in it. It's probably one of the ones you can do the most with. And obviously all the characters you play now are like mainstays in the book and the show. So yeah, I'd say this is obviously second place. I don't really need to explain it. There's just a lot you can do with it. And in first place I've got the War of 5 Kings, the one I've spent by far the most time on, and the one that starts at the start of the books. Well yeah, in the start of the second book. Yeah, and the second season of the show. It's by far probably the best one. Maybe not the best to play in Crusader Kings, because that might go to Robert's Rebellion because there's more in it, as far as my word. But just the pure relation it has to the books, and the fact that you are playing this in the timeline the books and the show are set, just puts it in first place automatically, I'd say. So yeah, I'd say this is by far the best one to play, especially if you've, you know, watched the show. There's some unfortunate things about it, and some things that I reckon could definitely be amended and could be made a lot better, especially around Stannis. The way Stannis can't really get any power in this is kind of the biggest letdown to this. Like, if he was the heir to the Stormlands, it would change everything. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the only reason I play Clash of Kings, because Clash of Kings Stannis is playable. If you made that slight little difference and somehow made Stannis the heir to the Stormlands instead of Renly and gave him an assassination boost on Renly, because obviously that's how he kills Renly in the show and the book, I'd definitely put this, you know, this would be amazing. And there'd literally be no reason to play Clash of Kings anymore. You'd just always play War of 5 Kings, or Feast of Crows. But yeah, there's my list. I know Dancing with Dragons is a bit light, it's just kind of there. It may be changed, I'm not too sure. Go onto the map a bit. See, that's another thing, I think everything except for like the Vale is all light. There's no one trying to claim independence, which is a bit disappointing. I don't think anyway. But I don't know, I might be wrong. You might be able to do a lot more of this than I thought. But from like when I played it just in Crusader Kings, obviously without watching the show, without reading the books, it was a bit crap. Dawn's also independent, I didn't know that. Well, they were the only one who weren't like capturing what do you call it, Aegon's Conquest. So yeah, fair enough. Don't know, playing the wall and that's like that in this time. Probably pretty crap. Oh, the Greyjoys are also independent. Oh, I didn't know that. Could they be part of the